Have you ever wondered what the most important company in the world is? Is it Apple, Google, maybe Tesla? Well, what if I told you it's a company you've likely never even heard of? A company so critical that without it, the entire modern world, from your smartphone to the most advanced military hardware, would simply cease to exist. This isn't an exaggeration. This is the story of ASML, the Dutch giant that holds a monopoly on the future. You see, we're all familiar with names like NVIDIA, Intel, and Apple. We talk about their powerful chips, their incredible innovations. But who makes the machines that make those chips? That's where ASML comes in. They don't make the chips themselves. They build the incredibly complex house-sized machines that print the microscopic circuits onto silicon wafers. And not just any machines. ASML is the sole producer of a technology called extreme ultraviolet lithography, or EUV. This is the magic wand that allows chip makers to cram billions, and soon trillions, of transistors onto a sliver of silicon smaller than your fingernail. Think about that for a second. One company, and one company alone, holds the keys to the engine of progress. Every single advanced chip made by TSMC for Apple, every cutting-edge processor from NVIDIA for AI, every critical component in a new fighter jet, it all starts with an ASML machine. This isn't just a business advantage, it's a global choke point, the most valuable, most strategic choke point in the 21st century. So how did this happen? How did a relatively obscure company from a small town in the Netherlands come to dominate the single most important technology on Earth? The story is a trillion-dollar bet that took decades to pay off. Back in the 90s, scientists knew that to keep Moore's law going, to make chips smaller and more powerful, they would eventually hit a wall. The light they were using to etch circuits was simply too thick. They needed a new kind of light, with a much shorter wavelength. They needed EUV. The challenge was immense. It was considered so difficult, so outrageously expensive, that many people thought it was impossible. We're talking about creating and controlling plasma hotter than the surface of the sun, inside a vacuum, to generate light that is absorbed by almost everything, including air. The mirrors used to direct this light had to be the smoothest objects ever created by humanity. If you scaled one of these mirrors to the size of Germany, the largest bump on it would be less than a millimeter high. The entire system has to work flawlessly, 24/7, with components moving at blistering speeds with nanometer precision. It's been called the most complicated machine humans have ever built, and for good reason. While American and Japanese competitors gave up, deeming the project too risky and expensive, ASML doubled down. They poured billions of dollars and decades of research into making EUV a reality. It was a massive gamble. If it failed, the company could have gone under. But they didn't go it alone. They formed a unique partnership with their suppliers and even their biggest customers, like Intel, Samsung, and TSMC, who invested billions into the research because they knew they needed this technology to survive. It was a global effort, led by this one stubborn Dutch company. And in the end, the bet paid off. Today, a single EUV machine costs over $200 million, weighs 180 tons, and requires multiple cargo planes to ship. And the line to buy them is years long. ASML can't build them fast enough. This puts them at the absolute center of the biggest geopolitical struggle of our time, the tech war between the United States and China. Washington knows that whoever controls the most advanced semiconductors controls the future of everything AI, military dominance, economic power. And since ASML is the only source for EUV machines, controlling where those machines go is paramount. The US has exerted immense diplomatic pressure on the Dutch government to prevent ASML from selling its most advanced systems to China. For China, acquiring this technology is a matter of national priority. They're key to breaking what they see as a technological blockade and achieving self-sufficiency. So this quiet Dutch company has become a geopolitical chessboard. Its sales reports are analyzed by intelligence agencies. Its supply chain is a matter of national security for multiple countries. The tiny town of Veldhoven has become an unlikely epicenter of global power politics. The fight for the future isn't being fought with armies, but with export controls and intellectual property battles, all revolving around these incredible machines. When you hold your phone, it feels simple. But inside, there's a universe of complexity forged by light hotter than the sun, a testament to a decades-long trillion-dollar bet. It's a world built by ASML. The next time you hear about a breakthrough in AI or a new supercomputer, remember the hidden giant that made it all possible. They are the architects of the modern world, operating just out of sight, proving that sometimes the most powerful players are the ones you've never heard of. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our world. See you in the next one.